What's up, YouTube? IGT Coach Joe here. Been a little longer than expected, but doing my next video log. This will be video log 2, technically, so if you don't count the prep announcement. Um, Today, the date is like the 24th or 25th of June, so I mean, it's been a few weeks. The last one was covering the week before June 8th. That was my birthday, so we'll go chronologically and pick up from there. It was on a Sunday. I took the weekend off. My brother was in town. In years past, I haven't been able to enjoy myself and have a good birthday, so kind of nice. Ate like a pig and trained relatively hard. Had some fun. Watched John break some records like I said he would. Killed it at a powerlifting meet. Other IGT coach and second of 3 members. And yeah, had a good weekend, man. Went out to some bars, had some alcohol. Didn't go to class that Monday. It was a little hungover, but it was pretty successful. Thanks for those who came out. You guys know who you are. And the unfortunate thing was the following, so like that week after the birthday, I got mad sick. I don't know, just came up with a flu and caught a bit of a fever. So didn't train Monday. Basically didn't train that whole week. Got some light workouts in, and then let's see, the following week would have been the week of the 17th, and which was last week by the time I post this. That was pretty lame too. Those are pretty half-assed workouts. I spent like the first half of the week recovering, so strength was down, body composition was kind of crap. The body weight had gotten down to 203 prior to birthday weekend, which is pretty nice. I was happy. Shape's getting there, more lines, blah, blah, blah. It's a process and you go through with it, etc. And I think so we had sushi on a Thursday. This is going back to birthday week, around June 6th, 7th, 8th. Had sushi, glycogen repleted, was up about 6 pounds the next day, topped out at the end of that weekend at like 216. I'll put up a log of the actual weight for this entire month and whatnot. And yeah, been fighting to get back down. So sitting around like 204, 206 right now, training, adapting. Like I said, last week was kind of like working out towards the end of it and just getting back into it. So I think part of that too is I'm starting to build muscle again, which is kind of nice and funny, silly. But training's been good. Didn't lose too much. Everything's getting back on point. Cardio's getting there. And looking forward to the experience, like more than anything else. Really excited. It's cool. I finally feel like I have the tools at my disposal, the knowledge and the know-how to, pursue what I want to do. And it's really exciting to know, when you get to this point that day by day, every little thing you do is going to lead up to that final and ultimate goal. So you kind of see each session. I mean, it's easy. We go to the gym. We like it. Like, who doesn't mind that? Like, dieting, a little annoying. You don't get to eat as much as you want to. It may be restrictive, but, like, this is shit that I love to do. So it's really fun, like, day after day after day. And the nice thing, too, is, like, the business is growing. We finally, because part of this is coaching and prepping people, etc., we got our IRS ID, so we have our tax ID now, set up a bank account, and, yeah, it's pretty official, man. That was awesome getting to see a business card, a debit card with your name on it. That, still kind of on a high from that. We did that at the beginning of this week. Today, like I said, it's the 25th, so it'll be today's Wednesday, it'd been the 23rd. So I mean, very cool. It's nice to see that, and it'll be fun to use this prep as a tool to show you guys that one, I know what I'm doing, and we know what we're doing, and just to kind of chronologically follow it and categorize it and see where it all goes to. It'll be a first experience. I've never stepped on stage before, and I'm excited. I'm a very competitive person. It'll be fun. School's been pretty hectic, very busy, and last week was the International Society of Sports Nutrition Conference. It was a national conference. It was in Clearwater. Jose Antonio, if you guys don't follow him, please do. He is genius. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Shares a lot of stuff if you're interested. Sports science, medicine related, a lot of literature, research, science, cool stuff. But props, man, to Doc Jake Wilson out of UT for letting me tag along with him and the guys, man. That was a blessing, especially for a student. Had a blast, man. Met some idols in the research game, and it was cool. It was really cool. It was it was a treat, man. That in itself was one of the honestly coolest things I've ever been to. You get to listen to a bunch of doctors that talk about stuff that you're genuinely interested in, lecture, and really go in depth, man. These people are social, intelligent, friendly. I mean, you can't ask for more. So it was a hell of an experience. Got to go with Doc and all the guys from the lab. Everybody, man, Sean Wells, etc. So it was cool to get to see everybody. John and Jake, of course. Finally got a picture of all of us together, because in the time that we've had this, in the few months that we've been working on all this stuff, never taken a picture, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, that kind of catches up to today. That's pretty much where everything's at. John, I think, is going to start doing some supplement reviews, and Jake's kind of starting to get on his post-contest stuff. That guy got shredded, and that was one of the interesting things. Lane Norton was there with Dominic D'Agostino, and Mike T. Nelson, I think, were doing this roundtable talking about just metabolic adaptation to, or it wasn't adaptation, metabolic syndrome, I guess. The inability, I guess, to, have a functional metabolism, if that makes sense. Not to get too crazy in the science, the more inefficient your metabolism, the more fat you can burn, etc. And as you diet, your metabolism becomes efficient, you waste less energy, and hence it becomes harder. It becomes easier to store fat, harder to burn it, and it just gets grueling, man. And then hormonally, you're kind of going through the ringer there. It's pretty rough. But talked about some really cool stuff, and it relates directly to Jake. He's doing kind of the reverse dieting thing, and there's not a whole lot of data or evidence to show that this is great or that is great. The one case study we have with Chris Voss is a little biased, because the guy, I mean, we reference it as a good thing, reverse dieting, and, dieting slowly after bodybuilding competition, not going too crazy, etc. But the guy was, I think, a higher body fat and lower muscle mass at the same weight after having reverse dieted, and his hormones weren't back to normal. Now, you can't base off of what one person did a whole idea. There's a lot of research that needs to be done. And then it's not saying that his blood draws and everything was conducted efficiently. But, it makes you question things, and that's what science is about, is trying to figure out what happens when, and, what's the best thing that we can do when we're in these situations. So pretty neat stuff. Definitely check his log out. Interesting guy, articulate, intelligent. And yeah, so cardio's going, calories are the same. Training full time again. And then one last part of the video, Alex Bear, who had a question last video log, mentioned, and he said, post workout, he does steady state cardio. For him over the summer, it's just like one of those cutting things. So specifically, what he was asking is, let me get to it. Let's see. I always cut with steady state cardio, not because I feel like it's optimal for fat loss, but because after lifting my workouts, I don't have much energy left to do high intensity interval training, essentially. Is there a way to optimize steady state cardio that you guys know of? Thanks. Honestly, the actual answer to what you just asked is yes, there's a way to optimize that by doing it as absolutely slow as possible and long. The issue with steady state cardio is that the actual adaptations are the negative issue of it, and that's the advantage that HIIT cardio has over steady state cardio. So I guess to use real world examples, take like a long distance runner, right? Extremely fit, really good at steady state cardio, sticks with it like bam. Or any kind of someone that runs, a couple miles on occasion. They become more fit, man, and they don't see the actual benefits that you get from doing high intensity interval training. So to help blunt and slow that adaptation, the best thing you can do is, and I mean like over exaggerate it, really take steady state cardio to the max. So I mean make it slow, stupid slow. Like if you're on a treadmill, walk at a 2-speed. I mean like really snail crawl. The more you go, the less the benefit. I could say this as a server and a bartender. A lot of us in that industry are walking at least a mile a day, if not more, or close to it, and that's not uncommon. And you definitely see some overweight, servers and bartenders, and they're not getting any leaner. Vice versa, the cardio bunnies at the gym. But that's pretty much the way to optimize it, man. And if not, another way that you can put a twist on it, try and take portions of that cardio session and just jack your heart rate up and just kind of go to town, Almost take it as a hit. That's going to be better. Uh, Again, not necessarily the best. Me personally, Wednesday and Sundays are my quote unquote off days. So on those off days, I do high intensity interval training, and I do steady state after. I enjoy it. You notice it makes you more fit and healthier, so it's something that's pretty beneficial. Really like it. But keep you guys posted. Stick around, watch, subscribe. Feel free to like, comment, dislike. Don't comment, I guess. Let me know what y'all think. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. Facebook, if you haven't already. Like I said, business has been growing a bit, so we're gonna get some really good videos out there for you. Still learning this whole thing, and just growing not just as people, but a team and a company as well. So there are some very controversial issues, and there are some people who are respected in the industry that make claims that aren't necessarily correct, or they just say things wrong. So, with evidence, if you value evidence, we'll kind of show you what we think, based on some facts and what we have observed. So, thanks for watching. Peace.